In this video, we're going to talk about the difference between Judaism and Christianity. This is actually a very good question, and it's one that you likely are going to need to understand in order to defend your faith. So while I don't believe in telling you what to think, I'm going to give you some food for thought here. What is the difference between Judaism and Christianity? The answer to this question can be answered very directly and clearly, but we have to do two things. Number one, we have to clear away any definition that we have been including of counterfeit Christianity into our definition of true Christianity. And what I mean by that is that if you've been defining Christians to include Protestants and Catholics and all of the other counterfeit garbage that's going on in man-made religion, and that institution of churches, that institution of religion, that business, if you start including that in your definition, you're going to be totally confused. You have to define what is included in Christianity, true Christianity, not counterfeit, and what is included in true Judaism, not counterfeit. True Christianity is whatever was happening prior, what God and the apostles established, prior to the establishment of the harlot Catholic Church and the prostitutes that bore out of her through the Reformation. True Christianity is the word alone. That is what defines Christianity. That's what defines our covenant, the word and God's Spirit, that's it. Nothing that's added to the scroll. So all of that counterfeit Christianity that was added after need not be a part of our definition of true Christianity or true Judaism. So the first thing that has to happen is you define what true Judaism and true Christianity are. And the second thing that happens is that you eliminate all of the counterfeit so that there's no focus. You're not trying to please man by including the Catholics, including the, Protestants. No, there's only Christianity as God taught it. Christians are those who follow Christ, not Luther, not Knox, Calvin, Constantine, Pope, pastors. That is counterfeit Christianity. So you eliminate all of that. Now we have a clearly defined understanding of what Christianity is. So what is the difference between Judaism and Christianity? Christianity is the fulfillment of Judaism. Christianity is Judaism with a Messiah, with the fulfillment of the Messiah, the fulfillment of the law. And therefore, Christians are not separated from Judaism. All of those things that were commanded that have not been fulfilled are still our responsibility. We have to come to understand that if we're going to be saved, because we can't possibly understand the New Testament if we don't understand the Old Testament. Jews who are going to be saved, like Christians, are going to have to come out of Babylon. We're all going to have to come out of Babylon. All of this counterfeit, Reformed Judaism, adulterated Christianity, we're going to have to come out of all of it. And so Jews who are going to be saved are going to have to acknowledge the New Testament in order to understand the Old Testament. There's no difference. There's no difference between Judaism and Christianity. Christianity is a fulfillment of what was promised to Jews. That question of what is the difference between Judaism and Christianity is a problem. And it is a problem in the thinking of Christians and Jews, primarily in Christians, because we're supposed to know better, having been taught by the Messiah and having that fulfillment of the Messiah. We are supposed to be a light. And so if we don't know how to answer that, how are we ever going to have these kinds of dialogues? How are we going to defend our faith? And how are we going to be a light to the rest of the world to help them to understand if we're just sitting around going, well, I'm not really sure. Well, I don't want to hurt the feelings of the Catholics. I don't want to hurt the feelings of Lutherans and Pentecost. Come on. None of that is a thing. And I think the other thing that people are concerned about is that they don't want to hurt the feelings of Jews. And so we're willing, first of all, to dilute God's word so that we don't hurt anybody's feelings, but we offend him. And second of all, we're willing to put a muzzle on truth in order to avoid hurting someone's feelings. Well, what if your courage to speak the truth in those conversations is the very thing that God speaks into, is the very thing that he testifies to? There's a few things I want you to learn from this. One, you got to defend your faith. Two, You got to be more concerned about pleasing God than man. And 3, if you're ever going to come out of Babylon, you need to stop including Babylon in Christianity. Please spend some time getting clear on what you define to be Christianity. And in this way, you can defend your faith correctly and you can be the light of the world that God has called you to be. Thank you for listening. God bless you, and I'll see you in the next video.